Hello everybody, thanks for tuning in to day 16 of the Grand Island Adventure. Ewan discovers where the local tip is, that's Ballaghadereen, and then attacks some fallen tree limbs to create firewood and kindling. I think we'll have a pretty good supply. He also discovers where the septic tank is.
Morning, it's a belting day today. It's just after lunchtime, and this morning when I got out to bed and got the car ready to go out, I noticed a car pass just by here, and he had a trailer on the back with a couple of old mattresses. So I quickly got my car out, locked my gate and took off down the road after him, because about 12 kilometres down the road is a little town whose name I can't pronounce, and I knew there was a recycling centre down there somewhere. So when I followed him to the recycling centre, I asked what the rates were for tipping stuff, and he said that general waste is 22 cents a kilo, but metal you can tip for free, obviously, because they'll make money on it. So what I did was I went into the house, into the kitchen and into the right hand room there, because I'd already piled up a load of metal. And I got it all out here. Oh yeah, I forgot, on the way back from the tip, I've got a friend who lives just down the road there called Pat Doyle. I called by his house on the way back to here and asked him if I could borrow his trailer, and he said yeah. So we took all the rubbish out of it and I brought it up here and loaded it up with all the metal that I could find, that I could lift, and this is what I ended up with. Now the only bike that is not on this pile is that grifter, and I'm keeping that because apart from this top one, which is the best one out of the lot, the grifter's the second best, and I reckon I can still make something nice out of it. So I'm keeping the grifter, but all this rubbish is out of the right hand living room and the toilet and the bath and whatnot. So that's what I'm doing now. I'm just going to head out to the tip to tip this lot, and then I'll come back. I haven't been to the tip yet because I looked at the time, well, not on my watch because I'm not wearing one, but I looked at the time on the phone and it said nearly 1 o'clock. Now everything round here, well, everything that's big round here shoots at 1 o'clock for an hour. So what I decided to do, I got my chainsaw back out and I decided to set about some of these trees. I don't like this overhanging into my land, so I've got a problem with my chainsaw now, in that if I tip it up too far backwards it leaks, so I'm going to have to strip it down and find what that is, but it shouldn't be too hard to find. But before I did that, I decided to lop a lot of these off. You can see I've done this one here, and I've chopped it up the best I can, but I'll have another go with the other bits later because there's plenty of good wood here for fuel. I couldn't reach them because they were too high. If I'd have pulled my chainsaw up too high, it would have all started leaking out. I didn't want my clothes full of petrol. So you can see again, I've snipped all the low stuff off. There's a fairly rotten stump there that wasn't too bad, and then there's these little bits, and there seemed to be nothing around that area unless it's way over there. Anyway, if I walk down here into the thick of it all, I haven't taken too much down here at the end of these trees, just little bits, but most of it's all that lot was trees that were just hanging over there, and I just want all this clear totally, because this is valuable room I can use, even though there's overhanging trees. But later, when I've got my chainsaw fixed, I'm going to attack some of these higher stuff, even if it means climbing up the tree a bit just to knock them off. But you know, like this one here, I want that off. all the stuff that's just too hanging over. It may be a case of climbing trees, I don't know yet. That one looks like some kind of fir tree. It's a thick one, like, but yeah, they should be easy to come off because the branches are all thin on that. And there's a few still to do up here, and that should be a good amount of today's work for today, because I've got all these to chop up and put into the shed. Let me just show you what I've got in the shed. I don't know whether it's any different to the last time I showed you. This is all different because I've had a clear of this morning. Got that down a bit more and just generally writhed about at it all. Sorry about that, I've got something wrapped around my leg. So all this is a bit clearer now. And in the shed, that's not changed. That's grown a little bit. Yeah, that's not changed. Okay, so that's about the size of it anyway. I've had all that down today, and I'll sort it out between composting and good solid branches for fuel. I'll do that when I come back from the tip. This has grown a little bit. I mean, it's flattened down a bit since yesterday, but I've added to that since the last video. Okay, well, I'm off to the tip, and then I'll catch you later. Okay, this is the last post of the day. I know it's a bit late, it's 6:15 in the evening. When I got home from doing all my little chores, I decided to come to the gate and start attacking the branches that I've put in this area here. When I was cutting the trees down in the garden, I was just putting the branches down in various little piles, and as you can see, the leaves are now at a stage where they're just very brittle. You know, they've died off. No, they're completely dried out. So I started on this first pile, pulling branches out, and I had my not my circular saw, my pull down saw here, and I've just been cutting them up into bits. Over there on my pile, I've got a nice big round of all the little bits, and here I've got a barrel full of kindling just from 3/4 of that pile there. So I'm going to wheelbarrow this to the shed now, put it in the pile in the shed, and then from time to time when I get a bit bored, I'll just chip away a bit more at all this. I'm not going to run out of this for months yet, so I'm going to have plenty of kindling in the shed. But that's it for today. I've locked Pat's trailer up to my caravan so it don't get stolen, and then I'll return it to him probably tomorrow or maybe in a couple of days. He's okay with that. He's not dumping anything at the minute or needing it for anything, so I might bring some more scaffolding up in the trailer tomorrow, or maybe just chuck it on the top of the car, because it's hard easy just chucking it on the car. So I'm going to put this in the shed and call it a day for now and go get a wash and have some tea. Thanks for watching. You know, I said it was last video of the day, but this is going to be last video of the day. This is my neighbour's field. This is the field that Jerry was mowing, not yesterday but day before. And then I think it was yesterday he was bundling the hay, I guess. He was bundling the contents anyway and wrapping them with that black polythene stuff. So that's what he did yesterday. I'm kind of down in the garden. There's the house, and there's what I've cleared so far. I'm actually stood on what is possibly the septic tank, because we've got a layer of concrete there, look, and it's about 1.5 foot up. You can't really tell because it's just all green, but like there's the bottom of it down there, and this is the top I was just stood on. And then over here is a manhole cover, and if I look down there, it's just dry. It's got a bit of mud in the bottom, which I'll clear another day. I'm not going to say I'll do it tomorrow, because you know me, I'll get on with something else, but that's just my nature, I suppose. So here we've got a gully, which I suppose has a little bit of water in it, because it has to somehow irrigate that land, and mine as well. It seems to be irrigating my land more than his. And that goes all the way down to that, well, maybe past that tree. So all up here is our land, and then that little tree there, I believe that's either on the corner of our land or it's just over the river in somebody else's land. So I can't really get down there. Well, maybe I can if I go around. But our land goes off in that general direction, and it comes along here. Those trees are definitely in the other person's land. The river runs along there, all the way along there, behind that tree, but in front of those trees, and then it disappears off into the road area where it goes under the bridge. So I just thought I'd show you kind of what 1.18 acres looks like. Be nice to be able to trim this down at some point in the near future, but one bit at a time, I suppose. It's about heading on for 6:30 now. It's still a terrific day. It's lovely temperature. I've just felt a couple of spots of rain, so I'm definitely packing up now because I can actually see the rain. So I'll see you again tomorrow.
Thank you for coming along with us. That's Ewen and Phoebe Wilby on our Ireland renovation journey. If you want to be notified of updates and new videos as they are uploaded, please remember to click the subscribe button below and then hit the bell. Also, we love company, so feel free to share our YouTube channel with your friends. The more the merrier, and please leave us a comment if you wish. We'd love to hear from you. See you next time. Our love to you all.